Miami and Alabama make it into the CFP. Notre Dame does not. I have a few thoughts. The CFP had a business decision on its hands today. And this was one of the most impactful days, I would say, in college football history to the date. And as a business, as an organization like the CFP, your goal is to maximize potential rewards and benefit and minimize potential costs. And for every decision, there's a list of ramifications that could stem from that respective decision. And so the ramifications that the CFP could have faced by leaving Alabama out would have been, of course, teams threatening to cancel their appearances in conference championships, conferences overall canceling their championships. And that would be damaging for conferences and for companies because conferences make an exorbitant amount of money off of sponsorships and activations from conference championships, and the companies that sponsor them get a shit ton of exposure from advertising during those broadcasts and advertising during those games. So if you leave Alabama out, that arguments of conferences just wanting to cancel their championships and teams not wanting to appear in them, it would really start to gain momentum. You leave Miami out, that then diminishes the validity of head-to-head matchups. And teams may threaten to cancel those, Ohio State, Texas, Texas A&M, Notre Dame, Miami, Notre Dame. Those were some of the games that brought in the best ratings this year. And those are some of the best games to watch. And as a college football fan, I don't want to see those disappear. But if you leave Miami out, even though they had the same record as Notre Dame and beat them head-to-head, you run the risk of that happening. That's not good for a game either. Neither is getting rid of conference championships. If you leave Notre Dame out, the message that you send is join a conference. You can't cherry pick your schedule. Schedule your most challenging games early in the season and then have cupcake games later in the season so that you coast into the CFP and so that the image of your team is, oh, you're red hot in November because you're beating the shit out of every opponent you play because, well, they're cupcakes. Teams that are in conferences have to play the teams that they're scheduled to play because they follow guidelines that Notre Dame doesn't have to follow. And so if you wanted to be evaluated on the same plane as Alabama, Ohio State, or Miami, Notre Dame, join a conference. That is the statement that the CFP made today by leaving them out. And I think it's inevitable that at some point Notre Dame will have to join a conference. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Have a great day.